Thanks for taking another look at this table saw with me. It's a mini version, and today I'm going to try to answer some questions that a lot of people have asked me. So let's get to it. First off, it was not even plugged in yet. I don't usually do that until just before I'm ready to start the thing. Oh yeah. Actually, hang on a second. This was the first thing I want to show you. These are ratcheting bar clamps, and I use them to clamp my saw to the table because you do not want this thing to move on you while you're using it. And being its small size, it will do that. So get yourself some bar clamps. They sell them at Walmart. They sell them at Home Depot. See, look, shaky, shaky. Tighten it up some more. Make sure your wheel moves. And now we're good to go. So I'm going to just demonstrate how to cut a piece of wood. This is just a scrap piece of wood I have out here. I practice things on it. Maybe I'll use this one too. Same thing. It's just a scrap piece I practice stuff on. This is a 2x2. And obviously this will not cut all the way through it. But I'm going to show you how I do cut these with this table saw. Yeah, let me see. 2 inches. 2 inches. Well, the first thing I want to demonstrate is just cutting a piece of wood because I'm going to pick which one I'm going to cut. Because people will often ask, can I use this indoors? The answer to that is no. The short answer to that is no. There are several reasons why you should not use this indoors. Ventilation is the big one. And here I'm going to show you something else. So now we're going to turn this on and you're going to see one of the reasons why you shouldn't use this in the house. Okay, so on my other camera, you're going to notice when I cut that, all the sawdust came out here and here. There's no dust collection cup, no sawdust collector. I don't think that you're going to want sawdust spewing all over your kitchen counter or your kitchen table or wherever the heck you're going to use it. Even if you have a workshop or a desk space or what have you. You're not going to want that all over the place in your apartment, in your house. And if you have carpeting, holy cow, no way. You're not going to want that in your carpeting. That's one reason why you're not going to want to use this indoors. The other reasons are ventilation. It's very important to have ventilation when you're cutting wood. You don't want to breathe that in. It's not good for you. Okay? All right? You go outside, you have proper ventilation. If you're an apartment dweller and you don't have an outdoor area, you can ask a friend with a backyard if you can use theirs, or I don't know, but good luck. Okay. The other thing is, I mean, if you're gonna be insisting that you use it indoors, create some kind of ventilation, a vacuum system. You're gonna need a shop vac and all that. That's like stuff I don't know how to do that stuff properly. Get advice from an engineer and sit by an open window. Also, this particular model cuts wood thicker than most of the models you're going to see out there. Most of them do about a half an inch. This one does a little over an inch. And this piece of wood is a little over an inch. I don't know if it's going to cut this whole thing, you see. Generally, if you're shorter than the blade, you can cut it. This one's just barely making it. So we're going to find out together if it will cut through this one so you can see how deep of a cut it will do. It will do your finger, I know that. I still have all mine, so but we'll see. Maybe after this video I won't. Put your glasses on. Look at that. It did it. That's beautiful. That's nice to know. It's still a piece of crap wood. But, yeah, so what was it's a little over an inch. Almost an inch and a quarter that this went through. So that's good because, like I said, most of the ones that you're going to see online being advertised on Facebook and TikTok and things like that, I think they're advertising like the Saker model, and that is only advertised to do right around 1/2 inch. That's good for if you're doing miniatures and things like that. But that's the whole reason why I chose this one and not those. And I had to look for a long time to get one that I liked for me. And you know what? I really am liking this shape. It's kind of giving me some like little ghost or tombstone vibes. Let's cut some more of those real quick. Let's see. Okay, and after that's cut, you shut the machine off. The blade is not moving. Then you take this piece away. That's how you do that. You never go put your hands near that while it's moving. Okay, now we're going to show you the 2-inch one, and I hope I'm going to do it right and not mess up. This is a little tricky because you're only going to go through half of it at a time. But here we go. Hard. All right. Beautiful. Shut this off. Notice after I'm done cutting, my hands go nowhere near the blade. Actually, while I'm cutting, they don't go anywhere near the blade either. Let me slide this in here. Pull this back. Flip this over. Beautiful. Now we're ready to cut again. You'll also notice, as I pointed out in some of my other videos, I'm doing cross cuts with a table saw, and this is not flying away. Why? I don't have a fence here. If I had a fence here, then it would get pinched and it would fly away. But since I don't, it stays still. Okay? So never do a cross cut without with a fence. Without a fence, you're perfectly good. It stays right there. It's fine. There's another huge question. Let me unplug this thing before I handle it. What brand is it? Well, it doesn't have a brand. I've said this several times before, but I will say it again. It came from a factory in China, probably. I bought it on Amazon. I did find the link to it. I can post that in the description if you want. I don't get paid. I have no affiliation with them. Kind of wish I did. Maybe I'd make some money that way, but I don't. So nowhere on here, okay, woo! Nowhere on here have I seen a brand at all, anywhere. Okay, they're probably pretty much made in the same place as any other one. This I bought the beginning of 2024, and newer models have way cooler features than this one does, but that's okay. This one does what I need it to do, and I'm sure what some other people need it to do, because I know somebody said they had to return the one that they bought because it was binding up on just tiny wood. So get something like this that will do something thicker than that Saker model does. And like I said, I will put the description, the link to this model here in the description, and you can go and buy this one. Okay, until we meet again, my friends, have a great day. Happy crafting. Be careful. Keep all your fingers.